Robert Englund, who portrayed Nancy Thompson and the iconic dream killer Freddy Krueger, reminisced about the film's enduring impact. In a recent conversation with Comic Book, they explored how Freddy's terror might adapt to the modern landscape dominated by social media. The challenge of modern horror. Langenkamp expressed skepticism about the viability of a character like Freddy in the age of social media. She noted, "I almost think it's impossible to have a scary character with social media, because by the time you've already put out the scary side, there's like 100 memes of you being ridiculous." This commentary highlights the difficulty of maintaining a horror icon's fear factor when instant humor and virality can strip away terror almost immediately. Conversely, Englund acknowledged the potential of technology as a tool in horror but suggested that A Nightmare on Elm Street's mythology might not lend itself to a modern narrative. He pitched the idea of a prequel that dives into Freddy's past, imagining a courtroom drama where Freddy, prior to his transformation into the famed killer, navigates his life before the fire and tragedy that would define him. Exploring Freddy's origins. Englund elaborated on his prequel concept, envisioning a storyline that explores Freddy before his infamous identity was solidified. Freddy gets off. He gloats on the courthouse steps. He's not burned yet, and we get more insight into him and his wife and child and what a twisted soul he is, he explained. Set in the late 1970s, this version could contrast suburban life with a sleazy disco backdrop, offering a fresh perspective on Freddy's character development. A changing horror landscape. When discussing the film's suitability for young audiences, Englund emphasized that modern horror has evolved significantly. He pointed out that children today are exposed to much more intense content, referencing shows like Game of Thrones. "I think I would say you'd be safe at 12, he remarked, suggesting that while A Nightmare on Elm Street was once deemed controversial, it might now seem relatively mild by comparison. Directed by Wes Craven, A Nightmare on Elm Street remains a pivotal work in the horror genre, telling the story of teenagers haunted by the dream-invading Freddy Krueger. The film's premise revolves around Nancy, who uncovers a dark secret about their parents that may explain the terror plaguing their dreams. With its impending digital release on October 1st and a 4K Ultra HD version set to hit shelves on October 15th, A Nightmare on Elm Street continues to haunt and captivate new generations, cementing Freddy Krueger's legacy in the annals of horror history.